what would be a scenario where multifamily is in a bad spot, or is it this is a cataclysmic? I always try to think of like what could happen that brings that down, because for me, I don't really care if I have a $10 million building and tomorrow someone says it's worth 5. If I'm still collecting the same amount of rent and can service the debt, that value, unless I'm selling, doesn't matter too much. And then with all these people coming in and the rents where they are, I just struggle to see like what could happen. I know there's stuff that could happen, but...
So a couple of things. You mentioned that you're too young to have lived through all these cycles. And that's true for most of us, which is why we need to look at history and do research and look to the wisdom of older people who've been through some of these things. But, I've timed things poorly. I think had I done what I've done in any province but Alberta in the last 10 years, I'd feel much more credible as, a wise sage. I find people that have done very well in a single cycle, I call them single cycle gurus, because everything they did, they got the timing right. It was luck, which is good. Everything they did worked, and now they know everything. And to think that that's going to keep going on is not very realistic. So your question about multifamily, I think, again, cycles. Stock market, I found a credible article, and I think there have been some differences in the amount of time. But if you were to invest in the stock market, for the existence of it, for any 20-year period, your return would be about 8.5%. So whenever you exit, as long as you just stayed in, there going to be ups and downs. You're going to have winners and losers, but you're going to get a decent return. So the stock market's been very good, and maybe it will continue to be. I'm not in any way an expert in that, but there are businesses that used to exist 50 years ago that were huge and are no longer here. So they can disappear. Your multifamily building is always going to be a multifamily building. If it's got 100 units, it's 100 homes for families. It's always going to be worth something in the market. So as long as you look after your debt or figuring out how you're going to pay any loans that you have against it, you're always going to have something of value as long as there's people to live in it. So my belief that I've been operating on is hard assets. So hard assets are something you can touch, and homes would be that. I think in the long term, it's pretty safe. The other hard asset would be precious metals. I don't know a lot about cryptocurrency, so I don't want to get into that. But precious metals like gold and silver are an enduring store of wealth, and that has been the case for hundreds of years, thousands of years.